guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Dyme and we were back at it again. Okay, so I am basically just gonna kind of give you guys some updates, tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me, and then just kind of share some information, because I definitely feel like after my experience, there's definitely some things that I wish I knew. So if you are interested in building a business or getting into e-commerce in any way, then I want to kind of share with you some things that I feel could possibly be valuable to you. So first things first, like I said, my name is Dyme LaShawn, and on this channel we pretty much talk about everything that is related to female topics, anything that is related to you know, things we like, get money, luxury, opulence, travel, you know, get a little tea, little story time, you know, information on how to date properly, how to stay true to ourselves, how to basically stay on task, baby, because we got things to do, a place to go. Okay, so if you're interested in those things, make sure you subscribe. Okay, and if you like this video or any other video that you watched from me, make sure you click the thumbs up button and like that thing. Okay, so first things first, well, no, this would be second thing second. Yes, I started a business. I started a boutique, and I know that you're probably thinking, oh my god, another boutique, but honestly, there's space for all of us, sis. Okay, and if you a little bit confused about that, walk down the bread aisle. All right. Okay. So I started a boutique, and when I first started the boutique, I had crazy imposter syndrome. Okay, but as I you know, kind of got serious about myself a little bit more and got serious about the things I want to accomplish, I went full force with creating it and being actually okay with being the face of it. So the name of my company and my store is called NastySlay.com, and on Nasty Slay we basically serve, you know, all of our clients and all of our girls the nastiest slay, the things that you need to have a nasty slay, honey. Okay, so that could range from, you know, just your everyday essentials to things that you can wear out and things that you can wear, you know, to actually events and actual places that you want to dress to impress. Since we basically came to, you know, actual business during the pandemic, it was a little odd, but we were able to make sales, and that's the first thing that I want to say, is that I wish I knew that it's space. You know, I feel like before I was a little bit nervous and I really didn't do what I could have did, or I really didn't jump on putting my business together and being upfront about what it is that I wanted to do early on, because I was scared that there wasn't space. I was like, you know, so many people have stores, so many people have boutiques. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna bring different? And the only thing that was holding me back was me, child. Okay, because even in the pandemic, people were buying items that they probably couldn't readily wear outside, and so I could only imagine if I had known, if I had truly believed that there was space for me. Excuse my son in the background. If there was space for me, you know, prior to the pandemic, what numbers I could have done and how successful the store could have already been. So that's number one. Know that there's space. Okay, so you guys will see me looking down at my phone, and I'll basically, you know, be kind of like sharing with y'all like all the things that I wrote and all the things that I thought up, because I definitely wanted to put together a cohesive video for you guys, and I have a whole list. Okay, so let's just get into that. So the first thing I have here is I wish I knew how to use free resources. I wish I knew how in-depth those free resources were, and that's the key. I wish I knew how in-depth they were and how to use them. So I didn't realize until like I really got into like the good part of marketing and trying to get my business out there, that you can use apps, you can use your own know-how, your own you know, content to push your items, to push your products, whether they be digital or whether they be physical. Like me, I sell clothes and accessories. So I was running around thinking, maybe I need a graphic designer. Maybe I need to pay people to do this. Maybe I need to do this and do this and do this. And I went on this whole rat race, wasting time when I could have just been writing Canva like, baby, let me make an ad right now. And it's not like I didn't know Canva existed. Like, I knew Canva existed. I've been knowing for years now. But I didn't really know how in-depth and how useful it could be. You know, especially not the paid version. Like, the free apps, yes, they have so many different things that you can use. And actually, I'll read off some apps like that I have on my phone that have been extremely helpful. So there's Pixelcut, there's Planoly for planning your different posts and content that you want on your business page, but you want it to look a certain way, so you can create an aesthetic there. There's UNUM, and I think it's UNUM, which, you know, is also useful. I had what else on here? I had an app called Dizzy on here, and Instasize, and Video Leap, and you know, there's so many that you can use to edit your photos. So if you take photos in your house and you don't have a clear background, you can go right in Pixelcut, remove the background, or Canva, remove the background, put it onto something else, a white background, or, you know, whatever else, add some depth to it, you know, write your product descriptions under it. There's so many different things that you can do without paying for photo shoots, without paying for a professional editor, without putting so much money out there if you don't have it in your budget just yet. And I wish I knew how to do that before I went crazy with getting professional photo shoots done and, you know, doing all the rest of those things. I mean, those things are useful, but starting out, it's not 100% necessary, because people bought things from me through me just putting them on and popping them on Instagram. So if I could do that, then I know that I'm not that far off with a little editing and, you know, some good pictures. So that's the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys. The second thing I wanted to share with you guys is, if I can find it, using planner apps. And that just goes back to what I was saying about the free apps. So Planoly and UNUM, those are two planner apps that I'm familiar with, and I think I'm kind of favoring Planoly a little bit, even though I want to play with that one a little bit more. But I've noticed that you can save your hashtags, you can upload your photos, pre-write your captions. It's just so many different things that you can do, so the day of, you're not thinking, what do I post today? What do I post today? Did I post today? Looking crazy. Like, because that's me. I was looking crazy. I was like, did I post today? Oh shoot, we got that new thing. I want to post it. How am I going to post it? Dang, I looked so cute in it yesterday. I should have took a picture. Oh my God. Child. With scheduling your posts and doing things like that, I just feel like it's so much more easy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me take these pictures on a Tuesday. I'm going to plug them all in, schedule them out for the next 2 weeks, the next 30 days, or however many photos, however much content you have, and just kind of plan it out and put the captions, you know, put your hashtags, and just let it upload. And that way, you don't have to worry about, did I post today? What should I post? You can worry about the next administrative task. You can worry about ordering new inventory. You can worry about, you know, checking your Facebook pixel. You can worry about whatever else it is that your business needs, instead of worrying about, did you post the pictures to tell people that you were actually still a business and you were actually selling things? Like, sometimes when you're a one-woman show, you can't do everything. So it's easy to, you know, it's easier to plan everything so that you are able to be in multiple places at once. So that was my second thing. I wish I knew about those in the beginning. Also, this is a big one about posting. So I wish I would have known not to be worried about whether or not I was getting on people's nerves. Like, I wish I would have known, like, not to care about that thing, because I feel like I was so worried about, oh my God, now that people know it's my business, because I didn't initially come out as a face at first, but I was like, oh my God, now that people know it's my business, if I start posting every day, will they unfollow me? Like, I don't want my real people to unfollow me because I'm posting about my business. I don't want them to get so irritated that they're like, oh my gosh, she's posting this business again. I don't want that stuff. I don't want what she's peddling, and they unfollow me. Like, I don't want that to be the case. So should I post more? Should I post less? Like, what should I do? I really want people to know that I'm selling these things. I really want people to know that, you know, I'm trying to put these things out, but I also don't want to annoy my audience. It doesn't matter if you post a whole bunch of times. If they're annoyed, let them be annoyed. They aren't your customer. You know what I mean? If they're annoyed, let them be annoyed. They don't support you. Because anyone who is your customer will care about what it is that you're selling them because they want to buy it, or they're interested in what you have to say. Or anyone who supports you will understand you got to get out you live, honey. So don't worry about it. Just keep doing whatever it is that is necessary to the greater good of your business and your livelihood, and whoever remains, whoever leaves, give them space to go. All right, you got it? Okay, good. Now the next thing is, everyone is not your customer. I wish I knew that everybody was my customer, because I was trying to make everybody happy, okay, in real life and in business. And I realized that at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy, because there's going to be a conflict of interest somewhere. There's going to be, you know, a divide somewhere. So you got to talk to the people who want you to talk to them. Don't talk to people who ain't interested. Don't, you know, we're not in the business of cramming things down people's throats. You know, entrepreneurs, people who are offering a service, people who are offering a product, digital or physical. We're not in the business of shoving things down people's throats that aren't interested, because what does that do? That depletes us of our resources and our money and our investment just to get a no. We need to be talking to people who want us to talk to them. And in order to find out who those people are, you have to be serious and dedicated to finding out who your target audience is. And that's personal. That's a very personal thing, like who you want to be talking to, who your ideal customer is, etc., etc. And I learned a bunch about that stuff. So if you want a video on that, I got you. But, you know, for sure, you got to figure out, who am I talking to and why? You know what I mean? And how can I make them care about what it is that I'm talking about and stand out outside of everybody else who's talking to these same people. So just kind of figure out who your customer is, and realizing that everybody is not your customer, and that's okay. Okay, you can't get everybody's money, but you can, you know, market and serve the people who are your customer, and that's the only way to actually get results. Because if you're a friend of everybody, you're a friend of none, honey. If you ain't learned nothing, that's what you did. The next thing is, I wish I read the room. That's so funny, because it'd be like, read the room, sis. But I wish I read the room a little bit better, because like I said, we came out in the pandemic, and you know, I was selling like outside clothes. And I don't know, maybe I was watching too much, you know, too many people post that they was in Atlanta. I just felt like the world was open, but y'all, it was not. Okay, and though we managed to sell a lot of those outside clothes, I should have read the room and realized that people didn't really want that at the time. They wanted essentials. They wanted things that they can go to the grocery store and child, not things that they got to put on a 6-inch heel with and a push-up bra. Like, that's just not what they're looking for. And yeah, like, I think that that's very important. You know, you have to serve your audience what they need at the time. Once you figure out who your audience is, you know, they might like a plethora of things, but you got to give them what it is that they need, or your inventory going to be sitting still. And, you know, we praise God for the fact that we were able to sell most of it and it didn't just sit, but we should have read the room. Okay, I wish I would have read the room. The next thing is, I wish I understood sales funnels. Sales funnels have been so exciting for me lately. Like, I've been really in my head like, oh my God, like, there's a whole world out there. And if you don't know what a sales funnel is, it's basically a couple of steps. But when you opt into someone's sales funnel, when you give them your email or a way to reach you or your phone number, because they do have sales funnels that go out via text message now too. It's called SMS marketing. But when you enter somebody's sales funnel, they basically have information and they are able to reach you and market to you forever until you unsubscribe. That is genius for a lot of reasons. Because if someone knows that you exist, right, but they're not actively shopping, they're not going to go to your page specifically, log on and look at what you have if they aren't shopping, if they have no intent on looking for anything new or purchasing anything new. However, they will open their email for other reasons, right? And if they open their email and they see something from you, they might open your email and click on what it is that you're offering them and then buy it. So you see how I don't want to say evergreen, because that's what they call consistent selling, but that's what you call a way to be able to sell to someone even when they're not trying to be sold to. The next thing is do what's best for you and go at your own pace. So this is a big one because it's so easy to look at everybody else on Instagram or look at everybody else on YouTube and see that they're getting, I had $10,000 sales in one day. The success story. I was able to start with 0 followers and I made $10 million. Like that crazy crap. And you're just sitting there like, whoa, how I do that, sis? Tell me. And you don't understand how it's going to work. And that's okay. Because that's not your journey. Okay, your journey might be greater. Your journey might take longer, but get greater results. Your journey might be short and get not so good results. You never know what your pinnacle is, and you never know what your story looks like and how it's going to shape up. So it's not important for you to figure out how anybody else got their success per se. You can look at their guidelines or what they suggest or how they did it and kind of like figure out how you're going to make it your own. But you don't ever have to do what the next person is doing in order to get success, because nobody's success is guaranteed. It has a lot to do with personal journey. So do what's best for you. If you can't afford to go out and buy $10,000 worth of inventory, don't do it, sis. Don't do it. Don't do things that don't make sense for you. If you can't afford to hire a graphic designer to handle all of your graphics, hop your little butt on Canva and make it do what it do. Don't do things because other people are doing it. You know what I mean? Don't do things that don't make sense for your situation or are going to overexert yourself financially or energy-wise, because we're not here for that. We're here for a good time and a long time. So let's make it make sense. You want to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position for success, not burn out, not, having to start all over in a hole, We ain't gonna start out at the top, but the goal is to make it there, and you ain't gonna make it there if you following everybody else. Because we really, do you ever truly know somebody's backstory on how they got what? No, we only know what they tell us. So stay true to yourself and do what makes sense for you. Oh, I wish I knew that ads. Oh, they ain't give me no money. I wish I knew that ads were expensive AF. They expensive. Child, don't let nobody tell you, oh, it's just a few dollars. They're expensive. So Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever ads you're taking out, influencer marketing, because that's the type of ad, brand ambassadors, because that's another type of way to advertise, and that's just short for ads, right? So they're expensive, and you're basically putting money in to get money out. That is what your goal is. The issue with that is, however, is that sometimes with those ads or those ad routes, you aren't guaranteed to get your money back. You're not guaranteed to get a return on your investment, and you're not guaranteed to sell anything because people saw those ads. Whether you have an influencer, whether you have brand ambassadors, whether you have Facebook ads, Google ads, you're not guaranteed. But one thing that I will say is that I would definitely start out trying to actually really figure out what ad route makes sense for me in terms of being efficient financially and in terms of getting me my biggest return on investment. Because sometimes if you go the wrong route, ads can be janky in terms of getting you the results that you want. So for example, if you don't fully understand Facebook ads or how to write a Facebook ad, if you ain't no copywriter, don't know nothing about copy, don't know nothing about how to target an audience, don't know nothing about none of that stuff, in the beginning, before you fully understand, I personally recommend having someone teach you, employing someone to do it for you if that's in your budget, or really cracking down and getting in the books and trying to figure out what's what. And not literally the books, child, because we obviously know we do a lot more internet learning than books, but figuring out how to really get to the bottom of understanding what a Facebook ad is, or what copywriting is, or what converting copy is, because if not, you will waste a lot of money testing it. Those ads, you know, can be super good, but they really depend on what the ad consists of and how you target your audience and what it is that you're trying to get done, you know, your content, all the rest of that stuff. So you want to make sure you knew that. I wish I knew about how copy and content and targeting my audience made such a big difference on conversion, as well as how much I paid, because when you pay for these ads, it might say $5 a day, $10 a day, and it could go upwards of that, but it's a bid, and you're bidding to see who's going to take the ad. You're bidding to see, you know, how many faces you can get to see this ad, how much face time you can get with potential clients and customers. So I wish I knew that, you know, before I paid for these ads and wasted money because they didn't convert at all, because they were crappy. Before I knew these things, you know, before I did these things, I wish I knew those things. So that's important, to make sure that you're doing what makes sense marketing wise, and you're not just throwing money down the drain. And then the next one goes right into that. You want to scale your business when it makes sense. I think that something that I wish all of you guys knew, and something that I feel like I might have known a little bit to begin with, but I could have been a little better with this, is just kind of making sure that I didn't buy too much of one thing, or I didn't buy too much of one style of thing, because, you know, trying to buy more and you're not reaching that many eyes is just, it's not like, it doesn't really make sense for you. And then also, it can go conversely when you're trying to reach a whole bunch of people and get brand ambassadors and get influencers, and you don't even have enough product to meet the demand. So all of that goes into scaling. How are you going to scale it? How much of this are you going to have? How many people are you trying to meet the demand of? So forth and so on. So definitely knowing how to scale, when to scale, you know, and what you're going to do in order to accomplish those goals. That was definitely something that I wish I would have been a little better with. The last thing I want you guys to know about is the things that you can do on Etsy. You can go right on Etsy, and if you go on there and you search well enough, you can find website templates that you can customize and fix up and change whatever content in your banners through Canva that, you know, are very reasonably priced, and you don't have to keep using a web designer if you're, you know, early on and you're just trying to, you know, consolidate some of the costs and make, you know, make your business investment a little bit smaller. They have email templates on there. They have Instagram templates on there, little presets for pictures if you want to edit your pictures but you're not a good editor. They have things on there with the little thumbnails for your stories and your story highlights. So definitely go on these websites like Fiverr, Etsy, these different places to kind of make your investment a little cheaper for you, instead of just jumping out the gate and getting people to design this and web design this, because y'all know they be taxing, and we don't have time for that. We have you know, a lot of things to do, and we have inventory to buy, and we have a lot of sales to make and people to reach and people to feel a need for. So sometimes we can't do that if we're putting out more money than we're actually getting. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as well. Like I said, my name is Dyme LaShawn. We talk about everything that a girl gonna need to succeed. If you like this video, make sure you gave it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. And like I always say, we back at it again. See you guys on the next one. Bye.